Hey guys, welcome back to Honeycomb. My name is Kayo, and today we're going to be unboxing this box. We've actually already unboxed it, but we're going to be doing an in-depth review. This is an Air Jordan 1 Low in the Crimson Tint colorway, or it says here Arctic Orange-White. But before that, I did want to bring up something because in the last month or so, we actually crossed the 1,000 subscriber mark. Some of you might have seen online that the artist Kaws, and this is one of his models right here, one of his toys, actually launched the next version of his Kaws holiday art installations that he does all around the world. And about a year ago, no, a bit more than a year ago, we actually went to Taipei where we picked up this guy and some of the other Kaws holiday toys that you see in the back. And that reminded me that I had actually picked up an item that I wanted to give away here on the channel when we got to 1,000 subscribers. And ba-bam! Here we go. This is the Kaws holiday tote bag from Uniqlo. And you can see here right next to the toy that it's exactly the same. Like it's basically the sketch that the toy and the art installation was built around. At retail, it's 790 pesos, and you can still get it on like resale for a little bit more. But you know, I just thought it was cute and it was cool because it was exactly the same as something that we had here in the studio. And so if you want to win this, just follow along on Instagram. I'm at Kayo Cosio on Instagram. Follow at Adjima on Instagram, and follow at Honeycomb Manila on Instagram as well. That's the name of our studio here in Double Dragon Plaza. And then make sure that you're subscribed to our page on YouTube. And once you've done all of that, just comment down below in this video what your favorite of all of the Kaws installations or toys is. And that's one of the ways that we'll know that you're a fan, and that means that you'll be one of the people who probably benefit the most or enjoy getting something like this the most. So follow those accounts, make sure you're subscribed, and then comment down below, and make sure to include your Instagram handle in your comments so that we know how to reach you. Now, I will say that unfortunately, we cannot ship internationally right now, but this is open to anybody inside the country of the Philippines. We'll be able to ship this out to you. Hopefully one day when we get more subscribers and more traction here on YouTube, we'll be able to generate enough funds to be able to ship anything internationally. But for now, this is for our local friends here in the Philippines. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, because we're gonna do more stuff like this now that YouTube itself is able to monetize the video through ads. Watch some of our ads when they come on. Like, that helps us a lot. All right, let's get the main star of the show. That is the Air Jordan 1 Low. We already unboxed it in another video, but I wanted to go in depth and in detail because it's a pretty cool colorway, and we actually haven't done Air Jordan 1 Low on this channel before. So yeah, it comes in like the pretty standard Air Jordan box. So if it's not like a very specific retro, like you can see over here, we have the Air Jordan 5 box and the Air Jordan 4 box. If your Air Jordan is not like a collaboration or alluding or a original colorway or something like that, then it comes in this box. And it's important to note because while this is what we know as the Air Jordan 1 Low, the original Air Jordan 1 Low did not look like this. It actually had a tab here on the back, similar to the way that an Air Force One has a tab on the back, or the court shoes that Nike also makes. They have that tab in the back, and then there's usually a logo right there. In the case of the Air Jordan 1 Low, they actually kept the Wings logo. So this Wings logo used to be on that back tab up here in the top of the Achilles area, and now they've moved it down here and made it bigger. But the original Air Jordan 1 Low actually didn't look like this quite a bit. It was quite different. Now what we have is this Air Jordan 1 Low that is basically a low version of the high top. So all the panels and the cuts are the same. And that actually makes more sense. It's just not true to the original. It's not a true retro. It's just kind of inspired by the Air Jordan 1 High, and that's what we get here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look in detail at this sneaker. Let's start with the outsole. On the bottom, you have an all black outsole, which comes up to join the midsole, and Air Jordan 1s use a kind of this rubber cup sole format with an encapsulated air unit in through supposedly full length. But full length, when you're talking about cushioning on a sneaker, it usually goes on only to about this point in the sneaker. And I would say it's kind of silly to say, but this is actually one of my favorite combinations for Air Jordan 1 outsoles and midsoles, to have that black outsole and then a white midsole. The white midsole is just so clean, and then the black because that's what you step on. It doesn't look dirty so quickly. Now moving up from the outsole and the midsole, actually what comes next in the order of things is the insole, and I'm not sure if you can see in there, has a Jumpman in that same Crimson Tint color. And that's an ortholite style insole, which means it's made of a thin layer of like a foam, like a very not so dense foam, not so cushiony foam. And that means that the stepping comfort for this sneaker is just okay. Air Jordan 1s traditionally are not very comfortable, and it makes sense. I mean, it's 1985 technology, actually arguably 1983 technology that we're using in this sneaker. But again, when you're wearing an Air Jordan 1, whether it's low, medium, or high, you're really wearing it for fashion reasons, for style reasons, and not really because it's an all-day comfortable sneaker. Which, subscribe to the channel because we're going to be talking about my pick for the most comfortable all-day wear sneaker, and that's coming up real soon. Alright, so that's the insole, Jumpman there, and then when you move to the upper is made all out of leather. There's no suede or nubuck or anything on this. The leather is okay, it's a little bit stiff. It's not like, say, a mid where they use kind of like a very stiff leather, like a less expensive budget leather. But they've done a really good job with this sneaker where they've painted through and closed the edges on the leather cut. But to the hands and to the foot, the upper is very soft and it's a smooth, no texture. It's like a matte finish leather that goes all the way around. Standard comfort for an Air Jordan 1. The toe cap feels very synthetic. To be honest, it is one of the stiffest parts of the sneaker, and I can imagine that this is the kind of format in a sneaker that will crease. So get in this way, you should definitely get the correct size for your foot so that when your toe flexes, it does flex right there in the flex groove. Now all of that leather comes in black and in this color which they're calling Arctic Orange. But at least that's a name on the box, but it doesn't really look so orange. Maybe after a while you'll start to perceive it as orange. This is actually almost the exact same color as a very popular Air Jordan 1 high called the Crimson Tint, which is why this has gotten the nickname the Crimson Tint Lows. That appears in the toe box, on the swoosh, on the collar, and on the heel. And in terms of like the paneling layout and the color blocking, it's kind of got that cool like bread color blocking, which is what makes this sneaker very cool in my opinion. There's kind of a pebbled pressed leather here on the swoosh and on the collar. I wouldn't go so far as to say that any of this leather is tumbled. It's pretty straightforward, and this is what I would describe as an everyday shoe, a beater, something that you can wear all the time and looks great with a lot of outfits, very versatile. And of course, Air Jordan 1 Low, something you can wear with shorts. Speaking of comfort, we get to the tongue, and this is actually my favorite kind of tongue that we get on Air Jordan 1s in general, which is the full nylon tongue. Sometimes they put other material in here and it's just not as comfortable. But this is the best one, in my opinion, the nylon tongue. Now there is a Jumpman there. People are split. Some people want the Nike Air here on the tongue. But again, since this isn't the format of the OG Air Jordan 1, because it doesn't have that shape there, the swoosh is a little different. It is quite different, honestly. Like if you see a picture, it makes sense that it be a Jumpman here on the tongue, because this is a not OG. This is a kind of retro inspired sneaker, and that's kind of true of all Air Jordan 1s that have come out in this era. They have yet to bring back like the old Air Jordan 1 in its original format. At least I think so. So if I'm wrong, correct me. I'd love to know. But yeah, talking about that tongue, on some Air Jordan 1s here on the little lace loop, it has a 2-3, a 23. And that's kind of a feature or a design thing that's always bugged me. I never liked that. I also not a big fan of when they put a mini swoosh here on the toe. And this sneaker doesn't have any of those. It's really clean, super great colorway. If you can pick these up, do pick them up. We got these at retail on Nike.com when they drop. However, I did try to buy size 9.5, which is my true size, and it wouldn't check out. And then they ran out, so I had to get size 10, which is a half size up. And I have worn up to a full size up on Nike sneakers and on Jordan sneakers. But I would say after putting this on the Air Jordan 1 Low and this particular sneaker, do not go up half a size unless you're a wide footer. Now, that's the case for wide footers because it tends to be snug here in the midfoot section when you're putting your foot in. So if you are a wide footer, it's okay to go half a size up. You really don't have a choice. But in general, go true to size. If you're a 9.5, get a 9.5. However, I did try putting in a second insole into this sneaker, and it fit, pretty snug, pretty well. The only difference is that there's maybe about half a centimeter extra in the toe, and that kind of bugs me because of the flex. Now, if you can still buy this sneaker for retail for the price that it sells at, which is less than 5,000 pesos, it's like 4,999, which is like $100. If you can still get this at that retail price, go for it, absolutely. Whether that's directly from Nike.com website or from the Jordan store or wherever, it is absolutely worth your money. Should you pay resale for it? I would say probably not. Like there's nothing super fantastic about this sneaker. It's just a super solid standard, something you can wear every day, and it's very useful on the daily, and it's just good style. I would say that maybe at most what you should do is, if the person who's selling it to you secondhand says, hey, I just want to get like that extra $10 that I paid for express shipping, right? Or 500, 700 pesos that I paid for express shipping. Then that would be a situation where it would be okay to pay a little bit more. But other than that, just wait for the next release because there will be other ones coming. So those are my thoughts on the Air Jordan 1 Low in Crimson Tint. What do you think? Have you seen this sneaker before? I'd love to know your opinions. My name is Kayo Cosio. Follow at Kayo Cosio on Instagram. Follow at Adjima Mag and at Honeycomb Manila. Just to be up to date with what we're doing on Instagram, but also so that you can join our contest. If you didn't get the mechanics for the contest, they are at the beginning of this video. Don't skip ahead. Watch the beginning of the video. All right. I wish you guys good luck. I wish you guys good health. I wish you guys wins on, when you're trying to buy sneakers for retail. Peace.